Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Rock. It is North Carolina Speedway for the NC Education Lottery 321, race number 3 of season 4 here at one of our favorite tracks that we go to. And I'm here in the booth alongside Joe Caswanchez of Bones Motorsports. Joe, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm really looking forward to this race, and it's a great day for racing.
Thunder Alley is going to roar once again. This is the second year in a row that they've hosted race number 3. But last week we had a banger at Atlanta, one of our favorite tracks. It was Alexander Rowe, the veteran, chasing down the second year driver. Kyle Maybe got his first career win using tire strategy to get out front. First career win in his second season, and he takes the points lead in number 32. Joe, that was a fun race last week, but this week it's going to be a whole different ballgame.
Oh yeah, for sure. And just looking in, at this track, we got 79 laps. It's just under a mile. It's a short track, but it races much like an intermediate. So last year we saw Logan Williams win, and a factor that's gonna be prevalent today is tire wear, but it's not going to be as prominent. But you'll need to save tires because one stop looks to be the optimal strategy.
Absolutely. 40 to 45 laps is going to be our fuel run here, and it's our first short track of the year, but we tend to see drivers run this like an intermediate, and I mean with two CRT drivers on that front row, it's certainly going to race like one. We're going to get into our starting lineup here. Once again, 79 laps for the NC Education Lottery 321. On the front row, Robbie Gordoff gets his first pole of the year, and Christopher Burnell alongside him. Eris Yuko, Tyler Cook in row 2. Row 3, Aaron Giffen and Braden Sigafos with his best qualifying run so far. Brayson Collins is going to the rear with an engine change, and Jerry Chen will start alongside him. Justin Haley, Ian McDaniel in row 5. Row 6, Michael Guthrie and Garrett Lamar. Moving on to row number 7 sees Christian Visconti and last week's winner, points leader Kyle Maybe. Row 8, Henry Guo and Chase Gibbons in the 14. Blake Walker and Matthew Fastnut in row number 9. Row 10, Ryan Barone and Quinton Haley. Row 11 sees Cam Arrow and Riley Gorse in the 60. Row number 12, Desquarius Greenhouse Jr. and Carson Green. Row 13, Chris Lilly, Anthony Foss, as the cars are going to start to roll off here. Last year's winner, Logan Williams, is in row 14. He's going to have a charge up to the field next to Ethan Harrison. Joe Kraus, Kaz Gralla in row 15. Reed Simpson, Santiago Nicholas in row 16. Row number 17, Jordan Madron and Jeremy Mead. Row 18 is going to feature Ricardo Garcia and Richard Fridge. Row 19, Strokey Banger and Sean McKean. Row number 20, as the cars go through 3 and 4, Nathan Stapleton and Stephen Cologne. And rounding out the field, Zachary Ponce and Alexander Rowe. Any final notes, any final thoughts before we get set for 79 laps?
Well, season three's race was a caution fest, so we'll see what happens today.
Absolutely. Robbie Gordoff, Christopher Rennell rolling down to the green flag here. We're off and underway. It's a CRT front row as the 33 peels out ahead with the 54 of Arisuko right on the tail of Robbie Gordoff. Clean down the back straightaway. Joe, last year we saw a massive incident on lap 1 down the back straightaway. This time we've got 2 and 3 wide through the field, but we're clean through lap number 1.
Yeah, it's probably a lot of drivers taking note of what happened last year. Just try not to repeat those same mistakes.
As the 23 has fallen back to his teammate Garrett Lamar. Extremely strong qualifying run by Crisis Racing Team here. Is big wiggle out of the 14 as we're going to go on board with the 54. Robbie Gordoff being chased by Eris Yuko. Yuko, one of the most consistent drivers in LimeCar, as all over the back bumper is Tyler Cook. He's going to try to make a move going into turn 3 and 4.
Chevrolets are strong here at Rockingham. For an example, last season, and it's looking to be the same. Oh, there's a wreck out of
Oh,
4.
Michael Guthrie slaps the wall. We stay green. Joe, let's take a look at this replay.
Oh yeah, he just kept coming down.
Not enough space, as it looked like him and the 6 of Ian McDaniel tried to occupy the same amount of area there. That's going to be pretty heavy damage on that 51 as he's still running around in uh, what appears to be last place. Brayson Collins, after an engine change, hasn't really made up ground. Joe, we saw last year Brayson was leading until just about 5 to go. He was one of the surprises of last season, but that engine change sending him to the back really hurt. I would say all the momentum that team has gained, and they're going to have to be fighting all day to try to even get a pretty decent finish. It's really hard to make moves here.
Yeah, see, and what a real factor that's in play here is that the bottom lane is prominent, and we've seen that throughout practice. And you really want to get, as you see, the guys on the outside, they're just getting trained by the people on the bottom. In practice, we just seen everybody on the bottom, so you just gotta get with the group of cars and just stay consistent, get in a rhythm, and just keep your car on the bottom and make your way through the field. And patience is key.
As Viscani just got moved by the 23 of Marnell there, as it's Crisis Racing Team 1, 2, 3. Look at Garrett Lamar. He had a little bit of a down season last year, kind of fought his way back towards the second half of the year. But for someone that's had two, I think it was 3 wins in season 2, coming into season 3, he didn't. I think he only had 3 or 4 top fives, maybe a few more top tens. Not as much success seen by the 13 camp, and with how well the 33 and 43 did, as well as Marnell winning the championship, you'd have to think that Lamar is on the hunt, trying to get some vengeance, trying to get his get back. I would say.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the vocal people on Twitter, um, it'd be nice to see him actually back up what he talks.
Absolutely, as he's sitting in third place right now. I would say of the tracks, this is pretty difficult of a place to really get your fingers working, start tweeting. As look at the
Oh yeah.
37 of Alexander Rowe. He has made his way up to 30th through 11 laps. Started in 41st, so already up plus 11 so far.
Just wrapping the bottom and just picking them off one by one at a time. It's probably the cars that are a little too loose on the bottom. They just get stuck on the high lane and they drop.
51 has pit to fix his damages on the side, so he's going to be a few laps down. So tough blow for Michael Guthrie, who I mean, I would say an early season championship favorite, one of the favorites, I would say. We're going to see a good field fly by here. In season tournament winner was Michael Guthrie. Is had a few wins, 2 wins on the year. I would say he should have gotten 3 or 4. But that 51 car just hasn't had the start to the season as we expect. It's the 13, big head of steam out of
Mm,
Lamar. He might battle for the lead here coming out of turn 4.
just watched him wrap that white line and full steam ahead. He's about to take the lead. And he cleared, maybe not yet, but definitely took control of this race.
Clear down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. New leader, Garrett Lamar. Um, and that tweet, I just got a notification saying the 13 just took the lead. That tweet came out so fast, you might think that that 13 car is tweeting from the driver's seat.
Yeah, or maybe he finally put the phone down and he locked in.
That is true. 53 at Jerry Chen, currently sitting in 5th place right now as Total Motorsports 4-5. The new guy, Jerry Chen, not so new. He's back with the team after joining them for season 2, went to DAF Racing for season 3, and now back in the cockpit for season 4. Kyle maybe right behind them in 6th place, last week's winner. With Aaron Giffen. Aaron Giffen, the story of last week, led the most laps. The car fell off the jack on the penultimate pit stop, and that's what did him in. They fell all the way down to outside the top 10, and they were the class of the field. Giffen wasn't exactly too pleased in his post-race interview, but here he is in the top 10 now at a track that's really difficult to try to get the hang of. This is definitely a good step forward momentum for the Aaron Giffen racing crew.
So we're on board with second place.
Looks like
Making a move down the inside.
3 and 4. Will he clear him, Joe?
He does. Looks like Lamar got a little loose.
Got loose again going into turn 1. That's going to open the door for Tyler Cook. Closes the door on him. I think Cook let him in there.
Yeah, still pretty early in the race. So, smart move by Cook.
Robbie Gordoff retakes the lead. We're now on lap 20 of 79. Braden Sigafos, brand new team, raced part-time last year, full-time this season, Red Bull, WeatherTech sponsorship. Sitting in 12th place right now, had a great qualifying run, fell down a few positions after the first few laps. Sigafos, I tell you what, amazing run for this 78 camp so far. And these are just small victories that these guys are just going to keep stacking throughout the year. Even if the result doesn't go their way today, as the 23 makes a move ahead of them, I would have to say that great qualifying result, amazing run for them.
Absolutely. Something to look at as we're in this long run here. Actually during the 20 lap averages during practice, as Lamar goes down the inside, takes the lead, clears them. In the 20 lap averages, the Fords were actually dominant. So we should be seeing them take control and get through the field more here as we go throughout this run.
And right as you're saying that, Aris Yuko makes the pass for third as Tyler Cook starts to slip back. And here comes the 2 of Kyle maybe as well. So right as you say that, Joe, here comes the 54 making his way into third place. And the 32 trying to hunt down the 43 for fourth.
It's gonna be interesting just to see who will save tires the best. I'm assuming it's gonna be the Fords, but it's kind of, I don't know. Is short run speed gonna play the shit.
I mean, short run speed may play the factor here, but you really never know. I mean, Joe, we do see cautions do breed cautions when we're here. Is we have all the Lamar Race Shops cars running right near each other, near the back of the field. Cautions breed cautions. So if we see a caution late in the race, we might start to see a caution after the restart, another caution, maybe even potentially a green-white checkered. And we saw how good the Chevrolets launched on the initial start. That could be the critical factor. But again, you never know. It's only lap 26. We're not even halfway yet. And we still have a pit stop to go, which, by the way things are going under this green flag cycle, is we're on board with Henry Guo here. He's in 15th right now. The pit stops are what you're focused on right now. I think if you're a driver, you got to be worried about, okay, pit stops are coming soon, not now. Like we said, 40 to 45 laps. That's what you got to be focused on. You can't be focused on the short run speed of your car because you never know when a caution may hit.
Right on. Yeah, I would like to apologize. I stubbed my toe, but we move on.
Reed Simpson in the four car, we're highlighting on him. Last year, didn't have the greatest of runs here at Rockingham. I think he was one of the first drivers out of the race. Reed vowed that last year was a bit of a rocky season. This year, new change of ownership with his crew as the 53 shuts the
Ooh,
door on Christian Visconti.
still on his bumper.
You know, Visco's not one to play nicely if you get on his nerves. But Reed Simpson this year says, you know what? I think we could compete for some top five, some top tens, maybe even a race win. That four car, they definitely need to find some more speed, but the Toyota Gazoo Racing North America crew with CLD has been a new page, a new chapter for the group. And I think it could work out in their favor.
Absolutely. Just Reed Stewart was just off to a very unfortunate start last year. I mean, it was one of the highlights of last year is like when is the four car going to turn it around? And it was just bad luck after bad luck every week. So, I really hope that his season goes better, especially the start of the season here goes better than it did last year.
Absolutely. I agree. As the 53 is losing a little bit of ground on this high side. Um, so not optimal pace for Jerry Chen as he's losing
He's
some
going
ground.
real slow actually.
We're gonna go on board in the cockpit with Christian Visconti, and I want you guys to take a notice of the rev limiter to see when we hit the red line. You aren't shifting here at Rockingham, but we're going noticeably slower than we did at the start of the race. See, hitting just barely under 9,000 revs here in this in car. Really got to nurse it around this track, especially as the tires start to wear. Your tires just fall off a cliff. Honestly, even more noticeably than Atlanta. Atlanta, they noticeably start to wear. Here at Rockingham, the drivers say after about 10 to 20 laps, they just drop.
And another thing to consider too is that Atlanta kind of is known for that tire wear and all that. So I wonder if the drivers they go into Rockingham not really expecting this tire fall off, and some may not, and they approach Atlanta differently, more careful on their tires, and they may go into Rockingham more harsh on their tires, and it may wear them out quicker. So it's definitely a driver's track.
Absolutely. And I think these guys really just love this style of racetrack. And to open the season with a Daytona definitely brings out characteristics in some certain drivers. But then going back to back races, and I would even argue um, this stretch of races where it goes Atlanta, Rockingham, North Wilkesboro, Watkins Glen, those are all drivers' tracks. You're going to see the best of the best. These guys trying to bring the best out of their cars as we got a daft battle, but for 21st here. And like I said, the drivers bring out the best in themselves. That's Alexander Rowe, who has fought his way from 41st on the grid all the way to 22nd.
Yeah, I'm looking at their owner Dominic from the booth across from us. He's looking pretty happy right now for oh gosh, that pin entry.
Big
He's
wiggle
looking
from the at Santiago Nicolas. So big
that's
wiggle out
right.
of him. So I think this is going to open up the wave of drivers starting to come down. Do you think No, the 13 does not come down pit road this time. So, but we do
Well,
have others. It's
people behind them.
Eris Yuko, Tyler Cook, Christopher Marnell, whole bunch of guys. Joe, do you
Pretty.
think this
Go ahead.
undercut strategy is going to be the way to go?
Um, I I personally I don't know because I don't know if a lap difference really means that much considering the fall off happens later in the run. So I really don't know. I mean, it's a lap difference. We'll see.
As Yuko wins comfortably the race off pit road, I think if you're a driver pitting now, you're going to have to navigate this traffic of the people that came in early. But it's Yuko, Tyler Cook, and Christopher Marnell winning the race off pit road for this time 1, 2, 3. We're going to see where the 13 exits off pit road is. Kaz Gralla still has not pit yet. Here comes the 13 driving off pit
Ooh,
road. As
pace
here comes the
cars so
54.
close.
The 54 passes by the 13. So Eris Yuko attains the lead with the undercut, Joe. But I think that might have been the traffic that the 13 faced on pit road. He had to really slow up going into his box, avoiding people coming out. And now the battle for second as Gralla has pit. The 54 is taking the lead. This is the battle for second with Michael Guthrie in the way. Tyler Cook is going to get by his teammate, and
Oh,
the 13 is fuming on the radio.
oh yeah. I think that was a little bit of a fit that he threw there whenever he looks like he gave him the door in turn 3.
Giffin's going to pass him for third, what looks like, and this 13 is sliding like a rock.
Yeah, and you wonder if it's an adjustment or if his car just isn't that good on cold tires.
He was holding strong on that outside lane, now gives up the ghost to the 62. The 13 is going to slide in fourth. Your top 10 officially the cycle. Eris Yuko, Tyler Cook, Aaron Giffen, Garrett Lamar, and then the 33, 31, 83, 23, and 88. So Santiago Nicolas, even with his questionable pit entry, comes out in the top 10 above a few other contenders nonetheless. This is the battle for 11th here. It's Henry Guo and Ryan Barone. Jordan Madron, he was the star of last weekend in the sense of he was the one who had the strategy. He led laps after not pitting on that early yellow, and that netted him a top 10 finish. Not the result they wanted. Madron said that he was really looking forward to that trophy. He said he could almost taste it, but that's why you race the races. He was leading at halfway, led the second most laps to Aaron Giffen. But that's why you race the races.
Absolutely.
Looking at Marnell, this is a battle for 10th here with Blake Walker. So we'll go on board once again with Visconti and Joe. I just want you to take note of how much deeper this 80 car can push throughout the corner and throughout the track.
Yeah, and just take a look at the car in front of him and just see how much he closes. He's going in really deep. No diddy.
I mean, I just love going in deep. But you just got to fit it in sometimes, And I think Visco put it in a little bit too deep. He had to pull out of the corner exit, and that allowed Kyle maybe to kind of shimmy his way in. And it's you got to look for the gap of where they are here on the track.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we've seen him just go in deep so many times and he made it stick. Just sometimes when you go deep, I mean, you can make it stick, but sometimes it just slips out from under you.
I mean, you can get really slippery here, especially at a track this small. Um, and I mean, the cold tires, the cold, it really it kind of shrinks up the surface area that your tires are applying to the track. So you slip around. It's a little bit of shrinkage. You slip around. These tires, once they start to build up more heat, they start to expand. So this part of the run, starting from about here for about another 10, 15 laps, this is why you see such a big fall off because the tires have to warm up. It takes a while for them to warm up. And then as the tire expands, you have more traction on the ground. And I think, the tire's bigger, so bigger's better. You won't be slipping out. You won't have to worry about pulling out of certain moves here and there.
Yeah, and this is definitely not the time to bring up size not mattering because size definitely does matter.
Absolutely, I would have to agree. As here's the 66 of Stephen Cologne. Um, you say size doesn't matter. These are two. There were the two teams right there. That was the 66 and the 69 of Full Send Racing. Very small organization. And here's two single car teams as well. Tell you what, they're getting it done with just one. That's Jordan Madrid fighting the 78 of Sigafus. Madrid getting by him nonetheless here on lap 74 or 79. 68's making moves.
Absolutely. You said he was a star last weekend. I think he was my star too when he took me out for dinner.
Tell you what, you get you two talking about food. I tell you what, there's none stopping you guys.
Oh yeah, I know. And a name that we have not seen yet this race is Ricardo Garcia. He called his shot. What was it, before or after the clash? It was one of the two.
It was
And
in the broadcast booth of the Clash.
it was okay. Yeah, he's nowhere to be seen. So yeah, and you can definitely tell with him, size does matter because he's somewhere in 40th.
Yeah, not great. Missed the 500. Didn't do well at Atlanta. Had to go to an engine change, and then also I just not doing amazing here so far. That Lamar Race Shops crew, a little bit of growing pains from them, I would have to say. As caution has come
Caution.
out here on lap 57, the first one for cause here today, and I'm getting reports from the Stewards channel. Debris in turn two.
Yeah, it's just you end up leaving something if you keep going in deep. So that's probably what happened.
Debris in turn two. That's going to break up what was a 57 lap green flag run to start this race. We're going to open up pit road and see who comes down. Joe, it looks like we're not seeing anybody. Well, we got one person coming down. That's the 83 of Santiago Nicholas. Maybe he's the one who lost a little bit of damage, lost a little bit of fender, brought out the yellow.
Potentially, or he could just lone wolf. He could be lone wolfing it and just want to try something. Um.
Oh,
Oh,
here's Garcia. As you mentioned, I think we found out where he is. He's running into the back of Sean McKean under yellow.
yeah, I don't know if running into the back of the 6-7 master is a good idea. I mean, he just pretty
Oh.
much just ruined his race. I mean, his race was already ruined. So
And this was for 40th, 39th, 40th. So the 83 getting his service. He's going to get 4 fresh tires. He's lone wolfing it. Exactly what you said. But we're going to go back racing on lap 62 of 79. But our first yellow of the day, cautions can breed cautions. We'll see what this restart brings. But it's Yuko, Cook, Lamar, Gordoff, your top 5, and Giffen, your top 5 with 3 lapped cars on the bottom. Joe, how about you call him to the green here?
and backing it way down and now going green flag is the 54. I think he was playing a little bit of games with Tyler Cook, and I think Tyler Cook fell for it as he's dropping back a little bit. Great start for Yuko. He already has the bottom lane.
He's able to clear these 3 lapped cars of the 5, 16, and 51. The 51 playing a little bit of a blocking game here so far
Ooh,
as
it's
Big
giving him the
Wiggles out of here.
bumper.
Oh yeah, the 51 is a lap down, but still giving the bumper to the 16. This is really going to jumble up the field here. The 33 of Gordoff has moved into second place, but is comfortably well behind the 54, who's already opened up a 1.5 second gap, in addition to the two cars in between him, one of which being his teammate, the 13, stuck on the outside. He's trying to find his way down.
Yeah, now's the time to put the phone down. He has to find a way to get back on the bottom.
Swatting flies here. All three CRT cars that are not in second place are on the outside lane, and the 13 barely kissed the back bumper of his teammate. And there's a 16 of Zachary Ponce, who's gone a lap down, letting the cars by a 3 wide. As
Oh,
Lamar on the outside, Marnell has to check up to avoid him. Garrett Lamar, put the phone down, brother. He is losing spots like he's losing followers on Instagram.com.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
and someone's spinning.
around goes the 77, and
Oh, two
around goes the
separate
43.
accidents. Tyler Cook. Oh gosh, coming in fast.
That was Garcia, who barely clipped the 80. The yellow comes out for the second time here today for two separate incidents. I'd say the yellow was for the 77, and around goes the
My gosh,
49.
what in the world is going on? Jesus. Does he think he's Jeff Burton?
Oh, that's ruined the 69's day as well. Caution has come out. Hopefully, we're now settled. But Ricardo Garcia just got taken out under yellow. But let's look at this first incident. Coming off of turn 4, it's Disquarius Greenhouse Jr. and Ethan Harrison just self-clears himself across the nose, slides through that front grass. Burn it down, Ethan Harrison. Put it out. So let's look at Visco and the 16. Let's see what this incident was about. Oh, Justin Haley gives the
Oh.
bumper.
It
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 was
looked like Reed Simpson had something to do with that as well. It looks like it was just a chain reaction.
Yeah, let's see what Reed's doing. Looks like Reed pushes the
Yeah,
99 into the 80, and Kyler Cook just gets caught up in the crossfire.
unfortunate for Cook. He was having a pretty solid run.
So here's what happened with Garcia. I don't remember who took him out. Oh, that's Santiago Nicolas. He just puts the bumper to him and puts him in the
And he just
fence.
he just
Oh,
simply turned right. I mean, I don't remember Garcia saying something about him in the broadcast, but I don't know what that was.
former teammates nonetheless. They were teammates last year. Oh man, on board with the 83. Okay, so the 41 did break, checked up a little bit, a
I
little bit
mean,
too
yeah. I mean,
much.
he just stayed on him. He just didn't let off the gas or anything. I mean, I think he's a W Mans for doing that, but buddy, you're gonna get black flagged.
You're gonna see who comes down pit road. The 69 has taken his efforts to the garage today, which is a shame. Um, as the field sorts itself out here, no penalty coming yet. Oh, the 69. There he goes down. We're going to get an EOL and a 1 lap penalty for the 83 of Santiago Nicolas. As that was an interesting caution period. We're going to restart on lap 71 with 8 laps to go. With
Yeah, I
you doing
mean,
the
yeah,
good.
I'm sorry, man. I was just gonna say I know the spotters were entertaining the drivers during that caution period.
Goodness gracious. Green flag's back out. Yuko has a blocker in Guthrie. We're back underway here. Gordoff is going to try to get around this 51 and try to make a challenge for the lead, but 9 laps to go. The 33 did not get a great run. Aaron Giffen's all over the back bumper of him, and the 51 is shoving his teammate down Thunder Alley.
I think the 51's honestly trying to get back on the lead lap.
As the 16 is holding up the 23.
all
of
over the back bumper.
that's a 23 and the 13. They're being held up by Zachary Ponce. Uh,
Oh, I just got a tweet.
oh,
Well, yeah,
what's it
I
say?
mean, he's talking junk about Zachary Ponce, so I don't know how he's so fast with it, but
Unreal. I mean, he he needs a PR team more than anybody in this grid. As
absolutely.
Reed Simpson, look at this, makes a pass for fifth place on Quentin Haley. He's making a charge up through this top five.
You know, we talked a lot about Chevys and Fords all day. Chevy with the short run and Ford with the long run. How about a Toyota? Look at Reed Simpson.
One of five Toyotas in the field. Last year, they were only one of three. Toyota expanded their efforts to five, which is good. I think that's good data and also will help full send racing in the future. But we'll go on board. The 51 has gotten by Eris Yuko. He's gotten his lap back the hard way. Here comes Robbie Gordoff, but he's got Aaron Giffen to worry about. But I mean, if I'm Gordoff, I'm just focused on the car in front of him and trying to not mess up. Run qualifying laps.
Absolutely. Just wrap that bottom as you see Yuko. It's not entirely wrapping the white line, but it isn't necessarily a bad line.
I mean, we've seen it work for the 54. He doesn't need to wrap that line. He gets a good run going off the corner. Running about, especially as these tires start to wear, you're going to run about a half lane, maybe a quarter lane off that white line. You'll see more rubber buildup, giving you more traction there. But you don't see the cars, they aren't stepping out as much throughout the corner. 3 laps to go for Eris Yuko, a driver who has won in all 3 past seasons. He's had 4 wins in 3 race seasons, looking to make it 5 wins in 4 seasons. Ian McDaniel making a move on the 47. This is within the top 15. The 6 having a great run, Joe. And I mean, I'm sure you're happy to see Ian finally getting a good solid run together without any commotion or things happening throughout the day.
Yeah, this is just something you'd want to see for that team. They've gone through a lot. I mean, Lamar is losing it now. Just getting stuck. It looks like Brayson Collins. Gosh, Brayson's not going to like all the cuss words that Garrett's going to be sending him on Twitter.
The 13 is in 25th place. White flag, 1 lap to go. A shame to see Garrett Lamar all the way down in 25th after leading so many laps. But it's Eris Yuko. Has won a race in every season so far, except this one. Coming through 3 and 4. He's going to win in season 4 at Rockingham. Race number 3 goes to Eris Yuko, his 5th win in LIMECAR, his first this season. And I would say death, taxes, and an Eris Yuko win in the early parts of the season. I was about as textbook as it gets for the 54 car.
Absolutely. What a race.
He's going to burn it down, sliding through the grass. He
Really
goes.
rough. We might need to inspect that because that looks like something that Chad Knaus and Jimmy Johnson used to do.
I don't think he's hit the rear end on the pit wall yet. So, but still, what a win for the 54. And Joe, what a race that we had today. Lots of pit strategy. There goes the back
Oh,
wall.
there it is. There it is. I called it.
Yuko takes the win. Gordoff second. Reed Simpson comes home in third place.
Proud of him.
As we'll see the rest of the results here. Christopher Rennell 10th. Ian McDaniel, top 10, finishing in 8th.
Oh
And that
yeah,
was
we're going to the club now.
as we'll see the rest of the results. Scroll on through the field. Joe, I gotta say, what a race here today. We didn't have much action throughout the first part. It was a strategy-oriented race, but after the pit stops happened, things started to turn up.
Yeah, and you really saw the adjustments that the crew chiefs made on that last stop really, uh, make a difference. You've seen a lot of comers and goers after that stop. There was plenty of guys who were towards the front in the top 15. They just ended up falling off after that stop. So they're going to have to go over it Monday.
I would say, yeah, I would say Monday. Yeah, that's right. Because you got a lot of these guys. I mean, Santiago Nicholas as well was having a solid day and finishes 39th, one lap down after his one lap penalty. So that's an interesting storyline that we need to keep our eyes on. I don't think we'll see any penalties further on down the line, but that's definitely going to hurt the Daytona 500 winner who won the Daytona 500 has not had the best of luck since. Kyle Maybe retains the points lead. Quentin Haley P2, and look who's in third in points. That's Reed Simpson, third place in
Woo!
points. Christopher Rennell is seventh. Jordan Madrid eighth. Lots of interesting names, interesting faces here at the top of the points. And I mean, it's only race two. It's only race three. I'm sorry, so we still have plenty of time for the season to progress. But lots of interesting storylines up front.
Absolutely. Look at Garrett Lamar, 23rd.
23rd in points, and I would have to say Lamar needed that good run after finishing below the top 20 here today. That would have propelled him up through the point standings. I would have to say a lot of people 25th, 26th, 27th in points. That's the place to be right now. A very good number of points right there. Um, as we see the rest of the
Absolutely.
field. Yeah. But we had a solid 79 laps of racing here with Eris Yuko getting his first win of the season. Joe, any final thoughts? Any final words for today? As Eris Yuko still burns it down in the background.
Yeah, just a little suspicious what they got under that 54. Might make a tweet. But besides that, I just wish the first caution happened. The first caution on lap 57 happened 10 laps later. But besides that, I mean, this was a great race. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being up here with you.
Absolutely. I enjoyed you being here in the booth with me. Um, that was a great race. Rockingham always delivers. Another one of those races where, we have the first half of it, fuel strategy dominated, and then the second half, pure chaos. That's what we like to see. From all of us here in the booth, thank you. Joe, thanks for joining me once again. I'm always happy to have you alongside me.
Absolutely appreciate you for having me on.
And as always, we will see you guys next week for race number 4. A first time to go that we're going to North Wilkesboro. From everyone in the booth, so long.